As tourism in Dubai starts to rebound, we ask, is this glitziest of getaways now emerging as an affordable destination?
You don't want really to depend only on the high end.
Plus, how to enjoy the capital of bling on a budget, and
how to book online for outer space, and brace yourself, culture vultures. You can now virtually visit 17 of the world's top art museums and galleries.
Hello, I'm Fiona Foster. Welcome to Fast Track. Once upon a time, Dubai was seen as a ritzy, glitzy playground of the rich. All 7-star hotels, ski slopes in the desert, and shopping malls the size of small towns. Anything was possible here, and enjoying it came at a price. But when the economic downturn hit, Dubai's fairy tale floundered, and it was forced to take a reality check. So how is the tourism industry here emerging from the slump, ready to face the new economic reality? When the global economic crisis hit, few places had further to fall than Dubai. The good times had been spectacularly good, allowing this small emirate to grow outwards and upwards at breakneck speed into a top-end luxury destination. But as confidence took a dive, credit dried up and rumours spread that the emirate was bankrupt, Dubai's building master plan was scuppered. When the Atlantis opened on the Palm to great fanfare in 2008, it was meant to be joined by around 30 5-star hotels planned for the island. But as projects fell by the wayside, it found itself in splendid isolation. Until now. In November, the one and only The Palm, which like the Atlantis is owned by the Kerzner Company, opened its rather elegant doors. Even though it has 90 rooms and 4 villas, it's being billed as the Emirates' first boutique hotel. This is still Dubai after all, marrying understated European chic with Moorish overtones. So this is the presidential suite now.
This is our wonderful suite here at the Palm, our newest hotel, and as you can see, one of the things that we saw...
Although their new property is the first of its calibre to enter the market for well over a year, the management is bullish about the prospects for Dubai.
I think they're starting to come at it nicely. You know, from my perspective, we can see they've gone through a lot of their restructuring. They're very focused on continuing to build the destination. And we see it in our business, in the tourism sector. We're seeing nice growth. You know, we're seeing a bit of the group business starting to come back in Dubai, which is very good for us.
And that cautious optimism is being reflected in tourism figures, which show visitor numbers went up by 6% in the first 9 months of 2010. But as the tourism industry here brushes itself off and looks to the future, it seems that what the difficult times have done is to force Dubai to adapt to the new economic reality. When the hard times hit, suddenly the strategy was discounting. Emirates offered kids fly free promotions as Dubai's huge resorts came up with cut-price deals to entice cash-strapped tourists to fill the over 60,000 hotel rooms on offer, especially during the summer months when temperatures here can hit 50 degrees C. And despite the first signs of recovery, that push to give value for money hasn't gone away.
I think that the market is still very fragile. I think you've still got to be very cautious. We spend a lot of time on making sure that we're marketing the resorts aggressively, that we've got the right PR in the market. So it's not an easy market. It's not a market where you're sitting and saying, listen, the business is just going to come.
What is clear is that Dubai's post-downturn tourist industry will not be the same as it was before, which can only be a good thing for the budget-conscious traveller, and something which is supported by the local carrier, Emirates.
I think at the end of the day, we have really to offer all type of affordable prices for customers. I think it's something that we see in many countries, that you don't want really to depend only on the high end, but I think the medium and the low, and that's one way of growing the business here.
It lets you know where to go in the city to get the best value and to get the best offers and deals here as well.
And these days it is possible to get good value in Dubai.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Ainsley Duncombe runs a website with 70,000 followers dedicated to finding the best deals in Dubai for visitors and residents alike.
Dubai is actually changing. I mean, Dubai used to be perceived as a very expensive luxury destination, but now what we're finding is it's turning into a much more multi-tiered market where, you know, people can afford to come over with one of the carriers that are offering a promotion or a deal. They're able to stay at an affordable hotel and they're able to eat out and get great value, great offers and save money.
He says that these days the market is very much determined by what the consumer is prepared to pay.
They're looking for value. We really have found that. And one thing that's really, really important, they're not actually looking for the cheapest price. People are looking for the best value and the best bang that they can get for their dirham.
Once here, your biggest cost consideration is going to be where to stay. This is one of a number of mid-range hotels which have sprung up to cater for the ever-growing number of people coming to Dubai on a budget.
Well, Fiona, these are one of our typical guest rooms.
So what do you get then for your room here?
Well, apart from the fact a very good deal, I mean, you get this room as a room charge of 45 euros or $60, which we think is value for money. Apart from that, you've got high-speed internet connectivity in the room, international sockets, you've got a laptop-size in-room safe, you've got a hospitality tray, a fridge, and in the public areas, definitely amenities that could easily compete with the 4-star property.
Citymax, along with others like Ibis, Premier Inn and Holiday Inn Express, have all set up stall in Dubai to benefit from the new austerity. While low-cost carrier Air Berlin is now flying non-stop to Dubai from the German capital.
Dubai has matured very quickly. Apart from that, also the low-cost airlines coming into town, Dubai has become affordable.
And Michael Wayland believes that staying at a mid-range hotel has one distinct advantage for the visitor over a discounted deal at a top-end resort.
The thing is, you just have to imagine if you're a budget-conscious European traveling in, if you're taking a nice package that the 5-star hotel has to offer, which is great, but still the price points in the hotel are 5-star. So as a comparison, you'll pay here for a beer, local currency, 30 dirhams. You'll pay 60 dirhams in a 5-star hotel. So possibly your vacation experience might not be so positive after your first sip of beer.
But Ainsley Duncombe believes that the repositioning of Dubai benefits not just the visitor, but also the budget and the luxury ends of the tourism sector.
They're both working hand in hand because whereas people can now come here more affordably, they can stay here more affordably, and it means that they have got a little bit of extra money, so if they did want to splash out and spoil themselves with something that they may not have normally have done, they're able to do that and go to a 5-star hotel and have a spa at a good rate or a good price. So that's something that's working very well, and it's helping both sides of the market.
And just in case you still don't believe you can enjoy Dubai on a budget, later in the programme we'll be giving you some cost-conscious ideas of our own. Now let's have a look at what else is making the news in the world of travel this week.
US plane maker Boeing has unveiled the latest version of its jumbo jet. The new plane was presented this week in front of a crowd of 10,000 employees, guests and media at the same hangar where the first 747 was seen in 1968. Take-up of the passenger plane has so far been slow, with only 33 orders placed, but Boeing remain confident it has enough improvements to attract buyers.
We've got a new wing, we've got new systems, and best for the flying passenger, we have a brand new interior.
12 people, many of them foreign tourists, were killed after a tour boat sank in Halong Bay in northeast Vietnam. Tourists from the USA, the United Kingdom, Australia and Japan have been confirmed amongst the dead. The wooden boat was touring the UNESCO heritage site when the incident happened. It's the most serious tour boat accident since the country opened to foreign visitors 25 years ago. A week on from the resignation of Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak, the British Foreign Office has updated its travel information for citizens going to Egypt. Officials now advise that it's safe to go to Luxor because of the improved situation on the ground. Tourists, however, are still advised against all but essential travel to Cairo, Alexandria and Suez.
But the most important thing, that the mosque of Tutankhamun is here. And we have to thank God that the looters did not look at this room because they robbed one room outside.
The price of a room in Abu Dhabi has fallen about 25% over the past year as the area felt the force of the worldwide economic crisis. Previously ranked as second in a list of cities with the highest room rates around the world, the average price of a bed has dropped from over $350 to the still fairly pricey $270. Rates in Dubai fell 5% in 2010 compared to the year before, while rooms in Doha dropped 10%.
Still to come, we leave the beaches and hit the back streets to discover another side to Dubai.
Bastakia is the soul of Dubai, I think. It's completely opposite the towers, and it's a restored community that I think is very precious.
And Carmen's here with her guide to some of the newest and best travel sites on the web.